the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, man.
You know what? You guys, I apologize about that just discombobulated intro. My co-hosts are just cracking jokes. They just, whatever. Anyway, welcome to the after show for Rebel. My name is Ava Hill. You can find me on Instagram at the Ava Hill. And to my left.
And I'm Lynneisha, guys, and you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Lynneisha_33. TK?
Hey guys, my name is TK Trinidad. You can find me on everything at TK Trinidad. And we have a special guest.
We do, Mr. Carl Seaton. Yes, director and writer. So, I guess let's just get into it. So how has let's just get right on into it. So this is episode 3, Chasing Ghosts, and you directed this episode in the last episode. Okay, so how was that experience?
It was amazing, actually.
Yeah.
We had 13 days to shoot both episodes. It was my episodes were the first episodes up after John's movie / pilot. So I was kind of the start of the season.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pressure.
So
There was some pressure there.
yeah, but being from Chicago, we handle pressure.
Okay, so
well.
I saw that you guys.
I was gonna shout that out too, like Chicago in the building, stand
We are
up,
in the
yeah.
building, yes.
Okay, so they pretty much
anything.
they've already kind of had like a little tag team. So I don't have Lynneisha on my side for this after show because they're
never had
both from
Lynneisha on your
Chicago.
side.
So they're just leaving me out here. So how was it working with John Singleton? How was that?
It was amazing. Well, he's a legend. He's an iconic filmmaker,
is.
visionary. His film Boys in the Hood. Well, Do the Right Thing is what led me to becoming a director. Had it not been Do the Right Thing, it would have been Boys in the Hood. So these two films were like, in particular, moved me to say I want to make films and move people the way they move people.
Nice. How did you guys know or meet each other and build that relationship?
It's funny. I met him at ABF. Well, actually, I met him at the American Black Film Festival when it was in Acapulco back in 2000 when I had my first film in the festival.
Okay.
And we're also in the same fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi. So.
Okay, I'm Greek myself.
Okay.
Greek
I
myself.
wonder which one.
I don't know. Take a
so hard.
guess.
Right?
Take a guess. Which one do I?
already
Which
know.
sorority do I look like I'm in?
I look Ivy-ish. Yeah. Anyway, So yeah. So we met there and maintained a relationship through the years as
Okay, nice.
making films.
All right, awesome. So do you girls have any? I want to open the floor.
What was it like working with Method Man?
Oh, it was great. It's cool. He's very he's approachable. He's flexible. He's not really rude or anything. Plus, he's a younger actor, still getting his chops together and everything like that. And he's really invested in becoming a better actor. Where he takes it seriously, which is really cool. They're on time, respectful. That's all you can ask for as an actor. Show up, do the work. Pay attention, and he's all that. He has a great personality. So he's very personable, and he's a joy to be around on the set as well.
Yeah, I heard he's very shy though, like timid. Danielle was saying that during the intimate scenes, it's not what you think of. Like you think of like Method Man from Wu-Tang, like I'm gonna rip everything off, and then you think of him like, oh.
Well, those are two very different worlds. I mean, being on stage.
Yeah,
I just saw Wu-Tang perform 2 weeks ago.
Oh, where did you go?
The Palladium.
Oh, I went to House. Oh my gosh.
House of Blues.
Yes.
Okay.
And he didn't show up. I was very upset.
Oh, he was there for
Yeah.
mine. He's still jumping in the stage, still stage diving.
Because you went there. And...
No, he didn't even know I was there. I was just a fan of the Wu. So, but I mean, it's totally different worlds. I mean, performing in front of an audience of thousands is totally different from an intimate setting with just one-on-one. And there's a camera crew all around. There's lights. It's a whole different process.
Nice.
So I can see why he'd be a little uncomfortable about that.
And now you look like an actor. Have you done acting stuff before?
No.
What does an actor look like?
I mean, he looks like an actor. If I saw him down the street, I would think like, oh, it's L.A. You look like
I'm
an
gonna
actor.
find the compliment in that.
Yeah, it's not a negative.
Okay.
Not like you look like a troll. Like what do you want?
Well, no, I'm an actor, so I was just.
I didn't think you were an actor though.
Oh, really? Of course she didn't. But you know what? Listen, it's not up to her, guys. She's not a casting director, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so just gotta toss it back.
But no, I'm not an actor. No, I did take acting classes and did some theater in Chicago, just so I could understand the process that actors go through.
Okay.
Because initially coming out of film school, I was a little intimidated by actors and how they approach their work, and going through classes and actually going through the steps they go through helped me to understand their process and how to better communicate with them the most effective.
And now, as far as the episodes that you directed, was there anything that was challenging to you, or anything that you're proud of, like when you saw that?
Challenging time-wise, 2 episodes in 13 days is a very short amount of time to do an awful lot. But I'm proud of the fact that we accomplished it, and that's a testament to the producers, John, the showrunner Randy Huggins, my AD team, my cinematographer, and the cast. It was a concentrated, unified effort where we were all moving in the same direction. We didn't have time for like diva attitudes or drama or anything like that. It's just efficiency, and everybody brought their A game.
Nice. You hear that? I just like.
I
like how things just roll.
Efficiency.
Just
hit it with
I don't
efficiency.
know what I was directing over here,
She got
but
online, she
okay.
said efficiency.
I'll take it.
I like that.
I'll take it.
That's how you do it.
All
That's how you
right.
do it. Yeah. She gets out of line, efficiency.
I just sounds good.
She'll get it.
Yeah, one day.
One day. She'll
I
follow
might
line.
have to jump back on your side. I don't want you to be outnumbered.
I don't understand.
Sometimes they have to fend for themselves.
You're right.
And let me
You know
tell
where
you,
you're
Carl,
from.
I know, but
Let
now
me tell you, Carl, I am totally prepared
starting
and
to
able
feel
to
bad.
fend for self.
That's
Do you
all.
have any questions, Lynneisha, that you would
what I
love to
would
ask?
ask
Yeah, go ahead.
is, being from Chicago, being from the city, nowadays there's a lot more film and more production kind of coming to the city, and that just started within the last few years. So before that, what advice would you give to someone who's trying to direct, produce, or anything besides acting in this industry? What advice would you give them about moving or how to get started?
Well, I would say because I did my first feature before I moved out here, and that was back in '99. So there wasn't a lot of production. In fact, at the time, a lot of production was going to Toronto. So we were shooting. We shot our film. I would suggest filmmakers to shoot as much as they can now to learn the craft, to perfect the craft, because once they make the transition to New York or LA, it's going to be a totally different educational process. They'll be starting over from scratch anyway. So you want to arm yourself with as much knowledge, tools, and experience as you can before you step out into a bigger pond.
Yeah, that's good advice. Yeah,
that
Make
is
sure
really
you're
good.
prepared. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also really interesting to hear, I guess, that end of the industry, because being an actor, you don't really get the full experience on both ends. So it's really interesting. I guess you said that you have taken acting courses before, but what was it that I guess defined the moment for you to be like, I'd rather be behind the camera? Was there like a moment?
I never wanted to.
You never wanted to do? Oh,
I always wanted to be
interesting.
behind the camera. Yeah.
Oh,
Like I
okay.
said, when I saw Do the Right Thing, well, I grew up watching a lot of television, a lot of film, and it was a big part of my life. But I never really looked at it as making a jump, say I want to do this. But when Spike came out, and not only did he come out with his films, but he would write books to accompany each film to help demystify the process, and that made it more doable as well. But when Do the Right Thing came out, I was so moved. I'm like, wow, this is what I want to do. And the same thing happened with Boys in the Hood as well. It's just like, wow, I want to tell stories that reflect my life, my experiences, that can connect with people that that don't really see themselves
really
at
see
all.
themselves.
Yeah.
And that's so amazing too, because it's I had the same experience, but with John Singleton's Higher Learning. Like, he's the reason why I got a track scholarship and came to the U.S. Like,
nice.
that vision. So it's just so nice when people go beyond the, like, yeah, you can have the big, like, kind of big movies and all that stuff, but you kind of want to touch people and instill certain things and, have the film live on beyond yourself.
Absolutely.
Like, it's just, it's really great project. Like, BT's coming up.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
black woman
yeah.
with a gun killing people.
Right.
Yeah. No, I mean, between this and the quad, I just feel like, BET is really putting, really good work.
And don't forget the
at
New Edition
forefront.
stories.
Yeah.
that was
yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah. So it's really great to see BET really, excelling when it comes to like new
They're coming up.
projects.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Moving a little bit away from reality and things like that, even if they don't
Yeah.
get back to their roots,
Wait,
with
did
like
they
music
have a lot of
videos, but
they didn't really have a lot
few.
of
They
reality.
would have a few. So at
Yeah.
least instead of trying to bring in an audience with that, they're bringing it back to the art of storytelling and really
Yeah.
good production.
And in this episode, Lauren London plays Kim. How was it working with her?
It was great. I mean, she just had her second child, maybe like a month or 6 weeks prior to shooting.
Oh, we should take back.
Yeah, yeah. So she really she came in, she brought it. She came in ready to work and definitely did her thing. So it was
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, it was really cool. She was a joy to work with. Like I said, she jumped right in and she throws some ad libs in, some one liners, some zingers. So she was really cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, in this episode, there was a lot going on, but there's like 3 different things I really wanted to touch on, which is the whole Kim situation. She's a vet, and she used to be with Rebel and TJ, and then she ends up being homeless. And then they try to figure that whole thing out. And then I guess Yolanda was at the soup kitchen and tried to help Kim and 2 other veterans. And then ends up being that Yolanda kills the other vets.
so you
Kind
telling
of,
the
it's
whole
just like,
story?
I know. It's just, it's so much
All
going
right,
on.
then bye.
It's so much
And that's
going on. And I was just trying to keep up. So,
Well, first of all, she wasn't homeless. She was hiding out in a
oh,
homeless
okay. See, I thought,
area.
Oh.
That's
okay.
why she was
I
in
thought
the
she
area.
was homeless.
Because
okay.
they-
Wasn't she staying at TJ's?
She was
little
in, yeah,
thing?
she was at his quarters initially, but once Kim was on the hunt for her, she said, "Let me go somewhere that no one goes to look for you," which is a homeless situation. So, you know, that's why they looked there. They said, "Okay, she'll go somewhere that most people aren't looking for anyone there." And
Right.
that's the case, you know.
Okay, so how do you think that this will relate to people with PTSD and that type of thing, who's like served and that kind of stuff?
I mean, I think it relates heavily because they're asked to serve the country. They're asked to execute certain orders with no question, no reservation or anything like that. And then
And
once
when they
their
come
time,
back,
they're just
right.
kind of left to fend for themselves. And sometimes, and post-traumatic stress disorder is so prevalent and so difficult to assess because you can't see it.
Yeah.
And also with people of color, mental illness is already
Yeah, it's
very
already
hard.
like a
Yeah,
shunned
very
It's a shunned thing,
situation.
it's a taboo thing.
I wonder
and,
why
you know,
that is, though. Like, why is it that in our community specifically, we kind of shun the topic of mental illness or PTSD or any
because
of
we
that?
can't see it, you know, like I think even though we can't see cancer, we can see the effects of cancer physically.
Right.
But mental illness is all, you know, like
Yeah.
they're just crazy. And also our ability to self-medicate with vices, be it malt liquor, be it drugs, whatever. You
Yeah.
know, that's pretty, or the Bible, or whatever. You know, it's just
Yeah.
what we do in our culture. We don't
Yeah.
trust the medical profession as well, especially when it comes to like psychology and therapy and things like that. So
Yeah.
a lot of that gets swept under the rug. We all have a relative that you just put up in that room, and you know they just stay in that room and
They figure it out.
they
Yeah, they figure it out.
They kind of deal with it on their own. You
Yeah.
know? So.
I think we've been through so much just over generations too. It's just kind of one of those things where, you know, you have the ancestors come over I was about to say something totally different, but you have the ancestors come by boat. You have all that stuff, and they couldn't afford to complain or have mental illness. They had to do whatever they need to do in order for their legacy and their family to survive. So you pass that on now, and you look at like we don't have
Yeah.
we're not supposed to do that because we're still fighting the good fight. We're supposed
Right.
to still excel and succeed, and you don't have time to be sick. You don't have time to.
And to piggyback off that, I think it's like in our community we may look at it as weakness.
Yeah.
And we're always in a position where just growing up and like speaking of ancestors where you couldn't kind of show that weakness.
Right.
You know what
You
I mean?
still
You
can.
didn't want to show that. So you still don't. So I think that's a big part of it too.
Well, do you think that what this episode talked about when it comes to that kind of thing, do you think that it will, I guess, relate to people who have served or people who don't really understand PTSD that, you know, may, I don't know, shun it in a way in their own home or...
If anything, I hope it will open a conversation because
Yeah.
there are people that didn't just go to war to suffer from PTSD. You know,
Right.
I suffered from PTSD growing up in Chicago, seeing some things.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
yeah.
and
Chirac.
didn't realize it until later on in life. You know, and we hate that term, Chirac.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Yes, me and Matt.
I've heard
younger
that
kids
before.
that, like-
I've heard that before.
Yes.
Yeah, because of course, you know that there's, you know, crime in Chicago, but I just never knew how bad it was. And apparently it's been getting worse, like, you know, as of recently. How do you feel about that?
Well, first of all, it's not getting worse. Like it was probably much worse in like 91,
So
92,
then what is it,
93.
what's the difference between, why is there so much emphasis on it now?
Because of social media and the ability to disseminate information much faster. You know, back then, if it wasn't in the Defender or, you know, a blurb in the newspaper, it wasn't, you know, nationwide news.
And also, not that this is okay, but back in the day, it was like it was organized crime, if that makes sense. But there are more gangs that were organized. Now it's just more kids that are they're just reckless and they don't care about anything that they're doing.
Right.
So it also just seems worse because it's so careless.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the fact that Trump said he's going to be sending in
Yeah.
The feds or
the
whatever.
army,
Yeah,
that
that
just kind of
definitely won't solve the problem. There's way
That's
too many
gonna-
guns in the city for that.
yeah.
Right.
But I mean, this is a great topic because even in Rebel, it highlights, you know, the relationship between cops and, you know, citizens. So how did that relate to you, like being from Chicago and, you know, obviously you know firsthand, you know, what it's like to be there. So how did that relate to you, I guess, as a director? What about that did you want to put at the forefront with these two episodes?
Well, the biggest thing I want to put in the forefront is the humanity of cops and people that are not cops. You know, because as an adult, I have friends that are cops, and I have friends that are on the other side of the law, and you see things from a broader perspective there, you know, where it's not necessarily, you know, right or wrong and everything like that. Sometimes people find themselves in situations that are, you know, outside their control. So I always try to find the humanity in the situation and then kind of highlight that. And that's how people can connect to it from a universal perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. With the word universal, the thing I really felt about this episode, that it wasn't a black episode. Not to say the others were, but if you were to have these characters not be, you know, the color that they are, everybody could still relate to that situation as far as if they were in the army, PTSD, even the bond between TJ and Rebel, like, you know, them rediscovering or figuring out their relationship.
Great segue.
Oh,
Great segue, because
relationships.
I really, you know, I really wanted to
Can we go there? Because I want to talk about them because they made me so happy.
I'm actually here to say that so in previous episodes I was kind of giving TJ a hard time because I just didn't really support.
You're giving men a hard time.
Why were you giving TJ a hard time?
Because I didn't like that. I felt, well, I feel like Rebel deserves the best, and I feel like I just didn't really respect the fact that, you know, TJ kind of had like his girlfriend, and then he would kind of go back to her, and then how he brought his girlfriend to Rebel's brother's funeral. It was just kind of like
why are you acting as if TJ initiated everything? Rebel could have initiated some things.
Okay, but
Can I curse on this show?
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, John does it all the
Good
time.
to know.
Right.
Of course he does.
But you know what? Okay, before you guys pounce, because obviously it's 3 against 1, I was going to say that I really liked TJ in this episode. I was happy that he kind of put his foot down and told his girlfriend, like, no, I'm trying to work things out with Rebel, and how they teamed up and how they're trying to figure out, I guess, what went wrong in their relationship. This was the episode that I liked TJ in the most.
Because you saw a different dimension to TJ.
Yeah. Yeah. Because before I just saw him as like, okay, it didn't work out, and now he has a girlfriend, and now he's like showing up at Rebel's home, and then he's going back to his girlfriend, and he's just kind of having his cake and eating it too.
Now remember, he showed up at Rebel's home to find out if she was okay. She put the moves on him, so she initiated that.
She did, but I mean, you know, I don't know if I was the girlfriend, I don't really know if I would want my boyfriend to be like, be right back, I'm gonna go check on my wife that I actually haven't really legally divorced.
If my ex-wife that I haven't legally divorced has just lost her younger brother that I know she's close to, I'm going to go check on her. And if my girlfriend has a problem with that, that's a much larger issue in the relationship.
True, and then I also wouldn't be a girlfriend to someone in that situation. So there's that. But I'm just saying, I really appreciated TJ in this episode.
Come back when I'm not here, like that. You should just fill it.
Anytime. I'd love to.
Yes.
Write your comments. I would love to see what you have to say about how I feel about TJ. I mean,
I liked
agree?
him this episode because
Thank
last
you.
week I said like I'm hopeful for them to get
Right.
back together and kind of work
I
it
said
out.
that too.
I want them.
I
to
said
get
that
together.
too. Watch it back.
Yes, I liked when he kind of told Tasha like, oh, I don't think we should move in together, and then
Right.
she got upset, and at first I'm like, well, that's your fault.
Yeah,
you should have been
it
messing
is-
with
it is
married
her
man.
fault.
But
Yeah,
at the
she
same
never should have
time,
put herself in that situation.
right, but we don't know the background story of because here's the thing, there are some marriages where people are separated and they actually are going through towards the divorce.
Right.
And they may start dating, and that's okay. You're actually going to get divorced. So we don't know if he kind of played her and was like, no, we're really going to get a divorce. Or if it's like, I'm in a, it's complicated type of situation.
And see, to me, that's how he was portraying it for the past 2 episodes. It was like, it's complicated. I'm kind of dancing around.
Yeah.
Right.
And if
You know?
it's like that, then like, you can't get mad.
So
You
tell
can't
me,
get mad.
so tell me how that's wrong. Tell me how my
What's
perception
what's
is.
wrong?
Tell me how my perception is
just walking into
disagreeable,
this
or
one.
no.
Okay.
I'm just
Run into
saying,
it.
like, I really don't. No, tell me.
Are you asking me or
Yeah, no, I
Okay.
would love to hear from you first.
First off,
Let me sip my tea.
I'm just over here trying to
First
understand.
off, let me talk to the viewers. It might seem like we're going after each other, but it's nothing but love. I rib on her all the time. Back to you. So, the thing is that people are not one-dimensional. With the girlfriend, she decided to be in that situation. He's still married. That's her decision. If he was being nice to her, then it is what it is because she still benefited from his
Nice, man.
accessories,
Okay.
all that good stuff.
Right.
So I don't have an issue with that because everybody is making choices. Like, even though he went over to Rebel, he did go to check on her, and she might have needed to benefit from his accessories. It is what it is. They're still married. They still love each other, obviously. Just things happen. That's life. And I respect a marriage more that as they go through the ups and downs, they still realize that they still love each other and they're eventually going to work it out. Then saying, okay, well, it's not going to work and we're going to get a divorce.
As long as there's not another girlfriend involved. But Carl, what is your opinion, Carl?
Well, first of all, and let's be clear. Let's not ignore the fact that a lot of relationships are messy. They're never black and white. They're very paradoxical.
Say that again.
They're very messy. They're not black and white. They're not right, wrong, yes, no, left, right. That's not the dynamic
Get
of
you
most
some
relationships.
cats, women. Get you some cats.
Oh my God.
So why are you
Go to the
encouraging women to
animal
become
shelter, get
spinsters?
you some
Don't do that.
dogs.
Don't listen to this woman. No.
Yes.
No. Don't encourage women to get cats. Encourage women to have effective relationships that are healthy.
Oh my
What's
God.
wrong with you?
Yes.
Cut her mic
Kidding.
off.
I'm kidding.
What?
I'm kidding. You know, listen, I'm an advocate for good relationships. I just don't like.
What? I'm going to show you our text messages
I
because
just
she needs some help.
I'm sure she does.
No,
Yeah, I'm
I
sure she
am.
does.
I'm just not really
I
for.
can only imagine.
No, I'm just not really for a married man kind of having his cake and eating it too. And in
Women
the
do that
past-
too, though. This is my
Okay.
thing. You can't just put it on men. Women do that too. And the thing is, everybody still makes those. You can't go through life because we're grown. You can't go through life being the victim, and that's the problem with a lot of situations nowadays. They play the victim role when you took part in it. Yeah, the girlfriend was there, but I'm sure TJ let her know that he's married and he's in a situation.
He brought her to the funeral.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not like he hid it from her.
So if he told her that and she still decides to go keep on stepping, then she can't get upset when he's like, I'm going to go back to my wife. That's on you.
That's on her.
Then what she needs to do is like, look, I benefited from all the extra stuff
That's
and I'm
fair.
going to move on. She's cute. She's not ugly. Go on.
Plus, you
Move
can't
on.
get
That's
mad if a
fair.
man is in love with his wife and
Right.
has a change of heart. You gotta respect that. He told her. He could have just not said anything.
That's fair.
And Rebel showed her control in this episode, you know, when they were like just about to kiss, and then she stopped him, like, no, handle your situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so I think John made reference that before. Like, she kind of controls it.
Right.
She gets it when she wants it, and when she doesn't want it, then she's not.
And I
gonna
think
have
she
it.
did an okie doke because she told him that in order for him to let him know, okay, I'm ready to at least try that out. Hopefully. Because it could be something totally different.
Well,
next episode.
they were working together in this episode. Do you like them not only being like back together as a couple, but also working on, you know, different investigations together too? Do you think that'll be like in the future of this series?
I don't know. I love this episode because it's like the first 2 episodes were kind of establishing the characters, all the characters. So now we're getting into, you know, she's solving one case and she's still trying to solve her brother's case, and now TJ's getting into the mix. So I love that it was different.
I feel like they're gonna have like a duo situation going
or
on.
you know 3 because
Can't forget about
friend.
China.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, I was like,
yeah. Well, yeah.
threesomes?
But,
No, I'm sorry.
but you know what?
I went somewhere else. I'm sorry.
then,
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
I mean, I guess I'm more so looking at it as because they're married. Like I'm kind of wanting that for them to not also be married and work
Right.
things out and not have anyone else in the picture, but to also, you know, work on investigations
do you
together.
think
But I will say this: I also appreciated Chyna in this episode because I would have done the same thing. How do you think that she handled that?
Like a friend would.
Yeah. I mean,
do that.
Chyna and I have the same outlook. You know.
Really?
Yeah, I think we do.
Okay.
She just has no cats.
Okay, guys. So I also
This is just meant to. This is awesome. All kinds of good
I
right
also
now.
want to get. I can't. I also want to get into Rebel coming in contact with the cop who killed her brother. How is directing that for you?
Like I said, at the time when you're directing it, you really want them to make sure there's a level of authenticity in the performance. And you know, Danielle is such a pleasure to work with because she can turn it on a dime. She can make adjustments and things like that. And then casting is important too. So shout out to Kim Harding and her crew for helping me cast this episode. And the brother that played it, Michael Mancini, was great. He had that schmarmy look that you just despise because he just
Yeah.
reeks of guilt. So it just added these elements of tension to the scene.
Yeah.
So it just played very authentic, which is what I was always going for.
Yeah. How did you guys feel about that scene?
I kind of wish that I'm sure, like I don't think it'll be acceptable on TV, but I kind of wish it's like you can play what she wants to really do with people, like in her mind, like she's talking to him, but in her mind she's literally like shooting up the place. Like I would love to see that on a visual,
Just in reality.
just in reality, like
Yeah.
this is what I really want to do to you, but I'm civil and I know how to.
and I know how to handle myself. And then with Mac too, like how do you think? How would you have taken that? I guess if you were Rebel and like he, you know, kind of tried to
Explain.
reconnect with you and give you a memory of your brother like that, and then have him in the video on top of that, considering the fact that he did kind of start the whole situation as to why, you know, her brother is dead.
Right.
How did you guys take that?
I had mixed emotions about it because on one hand, like you said, like you're just gonna give me this
video?
and you rap like it shows the relationship you had with him, and then you still pull out a gun and wanted to shoot him. But then he goes into his reasons why, and he's starting to have like these blackouts or panic attacks from when he was attacked, and it kind of like
I just
zones out. Exactly. That's so I'm like, is it a cop out or? That happens though, you know, and then in that scene when he was pulled the gun out on Malik, we saw like something's going on here in his eyes and everything. Something's going on here. So I'm like, okay, well I guess it could be true. So I'm just like, I still don't know how exactly I feel.
Do you think it's a cop out? Do you think he's genuine with why he shot?
I suggest that you keep watching the show.
Oh, well, you heard it here. What do you think, TK?
I want to say so many things, and I'm just being really good.
No, don't be
just say it.
I don't know. There's just so many different elements. Like I feel the same way you do. Like mixed emotions. Like you could see the relationship, but then it's like, why did you shoot? Like why did you pull out the gun on my brother?
Yeah.
But I think she understood in that scene, like I said before, that she saw something was wrong because if he actually was about to shoot him, I think she would have killed him first.
Yeah.
So I think she knows something's wrong, and I think not until he tells her the full story that she's gonna feel okay, like almost forgiving him. Like that's more of a peace offering. Like I'm really sorry, but like she'll forgive but never forget. And if he were to actually expose the real story, you know, then that's raw. So I mean, I don't know. It's a interesting relationship, but I also think he wants to bang too. So.
You really think that even after he like shot at her brother, that he would still even have a shot?
I didn't say he had a shot now. I just think he still wants to bang her. Like he looked at his other partner and he's like, oh, not bangable.
Right, yeah.
Then he's like,
I think it's more than just him wanting to bang her. I think he had an emotional connection with her.
yes, emotional connection.
But see, and that to me is the gap as to why he would do something as far as shooting her brother if there is like an emotional connect. Because obviously he also had an emotional connection to her brother as well.
Right.
So that's just the gap that I'm trying to understand is why, what was it that was going on in his mind in that time that said it's okay to shoot him is what I don't understand.
Well, it's like when crazy people do, like, I think it's the whole PTSD thing. Like, I don't think they've explored it enough. I think, I have a feeling you're not going to tell me, but I think that they're going to explore.
He's not.
Yeah. I think they're going to explore it more as far as what makes up who he is. Like we're all made up of experiences. Like certain things it happens in our life, and we're all made up of experience. Like you want 7 cats. I have no idea why.
I don't want 7 cats.
There's a
guys.
reason behind.
It was a joke.
There's a reason behind that experience.
Obviously, I need to work on the joke because it didn't land.
Well,
I have 1 animal, and that's
Which is a
cat.
This is a cat.
Yeah. You need
But the cat isn't with me here.
You need to be landing on some other things.
Technically, I don't have any. Okay. You see how this goes really left, like really fast?
Your fault.
I'll take that.
It's all your fault.
Oh, so we
take
have
that.
one comment.
Okay.
Man, the show is so great. What happened to the sexy chocolate dude with the dreads, though? He had so much value.
Oh. Ooh. Well, D'Angelo couldn't make it. We have another co-host.
D'Angelo's the one who sent
But,
the message.
oh.
boy.
Really, D'Angelo? Really?
I was gonna say some nice things about.
I know, like I was about to explain.
Yes!
Thank you.
Very appropriate. I was about to explain like why he's not here, but never mind. He's watching the show. Yeah.
Should have
So
held off and told him after they.
I know, I thought about that, but I have some more things for Miss Ava.
what? And that is.
Well, I mean, do you have any advice for her? You know, she has some issues.
How is this
like
related to
relationship
Rebel? I'm not
issues.
sure, but
Kind of like Rebel, but I think Rebel knows what she wants. Ava, she just kind of goes back. What would you suggest?
I would love to answer
in
for
in
myself,
an
but
acting- I mean, you could suggest it in an acting way, but in a real life way to her. Because I have a feeling you have some advice.
You said, what would I suggest to her?
Yeah.
apparently I hired someone to speak for me and I didn't know, but it's pretty awesome. So
because she's considering 7 cats.
didn't know that either.
Well, you know, just learn thyself, right?
Thank you, Carl.
Learn
Thank you
thyself.
so much. I really appreciate it. I think that's what I've been doing.
Really?
Just trying.
Trying.
You know, so out of all the projects that you've done, what makes Rebel different this time as opposed to like the other projects that you've
Well,
worked
this
on?
is my first foray into episodic television, and I come from the independent filmmaking world where So in television, you have the studio, you have the network, you have the producers. There's a lot of people involved in the creative process, and with independent filmmaking, it's the writer, director, and the producer for the most part. They pretty much handle all of the creative decisions. So that was a big transition. But that, and working with a larger crew and a larger capacity, and then also that time frame. Working. Planning out and mapping out the execution.
And then like in the time frame that you have to do it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess it's time for predictions. So what we do is pretty much we kind of lay out what we think is going to happen in either the next episode or, I don't know, the duration of the season. So TK, do you want to start?
No.
Okay. Do you want to start?
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV.
Isn't that fancy, right?
I love it when they give the lights. So TJ and Rebel are on the road to getting back together. I think Tasha's gonna sneak in and try to start some stuff and try to like throw a little monkey wrench in there and try to,
Oh.
I think a little
She
bit.
should be afraid, but
She should be. But
Yeah.
she, a few times she's shown she's a little arrogant, I think. So, and she has a little attitude. Like I was watching this episode, like when they were talking about going to see the house and everything, and TJ couldn't go, and she's copped all this attitude. So I just don't think she's gonna go away easily.
Just easily?
Yeah.
Okay. You can do a prediction even though you know it's going to happen.
Because
You'd rather
I do
not?
know. I do
Okay.
know.
Okay.
I like the way I like how you said that. However, I mean, I hope she does. I don't know. I think for Rebel and TJ, there's still gonna be. That's just too simple. We're in episode 3. It's just that's
it on the road.
Yeah. So I think they're gonna go through their ups and downs. Rebel might push him away, and she might come back into thing. But I hope she does come like test Rebel, because I really want to see like a bitch slap. That would be really nice.
With Rebel, it might be like a backhand.
Yeah, a backhand bitch slap, or just like a push, but because she's so weak, she lands on the ground. Like just like. Really, you're gonna test me? And then she's like, yeah, I'm going to. And it's like, no, wrong move. I love things like that. It just makes me smile. I definitely think she's gonna get closer to finding out how everything happened in the case with her brother, and actually winning this versus having the cops try to sweep it under the rug and kind of turn it on her brother. So I think she's gonna get closer to that, but I think that's gonna be coming more towards the ends of the season. But I don't know. I just one episode, like more like a dream sequence, like just lots of guns and just like killing folks.
I would like more fighting, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the first, like
Yeah.
movie part, yeah.
Like just a couple flips, pull out the gun from the back pocket and just like in the head. That would be amazing.
Okay.
A lot of violence coming from
Well,
Yeah,
like to
well,
fight.
explains a
Cats,
lot.
Violence, okay.
Explains a lot. So Carl, can you drop any...
It doesn't explain anything because you have cats. And
I'm a gentle person.
Are you really?
Yeah.
See.
It does
So-
show a docile nature.
So,
Show violent tendencies, though.
Oh, I know.
thank you,
I
Carl,
definitely
for,
like fighting.
for
I
highlighting
like
that. My predictions. I don't really have. I don't know. I'm kind of in a situation where I just kind of want to see it play out. I'm just hoping
That's a
that.
cop out.
No, it's my independent choice, and I have the right to that.
See what play out.
I don't know. There's like so many elements, I guess, that I just kind of want to wait and see. Like, in our last show, I did express how I didn't want Rebel to discover any other kind of background situations that she would have to kind of fight for when it comes to protecting Malik and, trying to get justice for his death. So I'm hoping that the whole cocaine situation is the epitome of what she's going to have to fight when it comes to that. And I'm hoping that her and TJ continue to figure it out and not have anyone else in the picture, and that they're able to just... It's not a Disney movie. That's not in... is that an abnormal wish? I don't think so.
It's the behind the... we should just really just print out all the text messages, like the group text that we have, and just put... So then you guys will understand that it's love, but it's frustration. She just doesn't... Just open your heart. Just open your heart.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to the third episode, the after show for Rebel Chasing Ghosts. My name is Ava Hill, and I want to thank Carl Seaton for coming in. So, Carl, where can they find you on social media?
Mr. Carl Seaton, Seaton, on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Yes.
Okay. And thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Ava Hill, and you can find me on Instagram at the Ava Hill.
And I'm Lynneisha. You can find me on Instagram and on Twitter. And shout out again to Carl from Chicago. If you're watching, you're from the city.
She left me, you guys. She left
I
my
had to.
team.
It's Chicago
to
over
join
everything.
It's a Chicago thing.
All the
Nothing
time.
personal.
All the time.
It
But
ain't
anyway,
right.
if you're watching and you're trying to, get a head start in this industry, like I said, look him up. Follow your heart. Get all your things together. Get all your ducks in a row, and you can make it happen. Look at us.
My name is TK Trinidad. You can find me on everything, and I'm still collecting those DMs for these two ladies who are looking
Please
for
do
men.
not DM me.
Yeah, that's why you can DM me so I can screen you guys and then send them to the
We have a
appropriate
screening
ladies.
process now.
Yeah, it's a screening process. So you can find me on everything at TK Trinidad. Thanks, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.